Oh, it's on?
Oh, no. What?
Is this thing on?
Hi, Mom.
This is a surprise party. Like suddenly,
Surprise!
we all jump out. Surprise!
Surprise
It's
parties
8:13.
on YouTube.
Surprise!
That is a way to go.
No
Just go
one
to
is
this link.
surprised.
Never gonna give you up. Tony, you still with us?
Hurt you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was just, you know,
Just
I was
getting
just,
prepared.
I was just
Moving.
processing a lot of the things that were happening to me.
That's not worth it. It's really probably not the best idea.
Are you
Tony, in
kidding me?
2022, we just ball those up real tight
Just stuff them down
and
there.
stuff them down like
Yeah,
real
yeah,
far down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how feelings work and what we do
Okay.
with them.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure, 'cause-
And then we try and get achievements in video games.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Mhm.
That's how it works.
Um,
My mom says hi, by the way.
Oh,
Hi,
Hi,
Renee.
Renee. I'm
I saw a
playing-
tweet yesterday that is probably one of those things that's obvious to most people, but it was said, being happy is not the same thing as being distracted from being sad, and I'm just gonna think about that every day.
That's not
really
true.
harsh.
That's not okay.
Yeah, that's
Uh-uh.
you know, like
nobody
did
asked
I
for that.
sign up for
Can
this?
they
I don't
prove
think
that?
so.
Like, can they prove
Um,
that? Like, can they show me their work? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So just saying. Let's get ready to be distracted.
Yes.
Yeah. So Dan, are we live on the thing?
We're live on all the things.
We're on
The tweet
on
went
all the
out.
thing.
Everything's good. Everything's working.
Looking for confirmation that people can hear audio and video, including Dan audio and video. Oh, look at that nice close-up, Dan, of what's going on in the room.
You like
You
that,
can
right?
see that token.
Yeah.
This you're in an area of Ravenloft which is rich in secret passageways. So many.
That's
perhaps
the
too
main
many.
export of Ravenloft is secret
Yes,
passages.
secret passageways.
And spider
Um,
webs.
I think I'm just
And
waiting for the
vampires.
tweet. The tweet went
The
out.
tweet went out.
So
It's there. I saw
Yeah.
it.
I'm just making sure that a couple people join before we start doing. Secret agent once again confirms that can see and hear people, even Dan. I don't know how we do this podcast
just gonna retweet.
without that person, because they're kind of like a lot of the process.
I thought for a
This is
second
like
you meant
that
me and
person's a
forgot my
linchpin.
name, and I was worried.
Dan,
I mean,
for
thank
people
you.
who are
Flattering,
fans of
but-
Dan's name, there'll be a special Dan-based game show later this month.
Oh,
So
no, it's true. What have I done?
finally, Dan. can
There's
see
also a
people.
game show coming that will determine whether or not I get to stay in Canada.
I
Oh,
listened
yes.
to that live last night. It was very enjoyable. So
Thank
I'm not
Heroin.
entirely. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce the name of that show. Could anyone clarify that for me?
Q&A?
Inconceivable. Oh, sorry. That was the working title.
The
Working
working
title,
title
yeah.
was Incanadianable, I believe.
Yeah,
and
I can't
sold-
say that.
I sold a net on Q&A, which I thought was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Oh, that's funny
so
Right?
to me. That's funny to me.
I thought
I
you know what? Apparently
finally-
funny to Annette, and she's Canadian, so that's fair.
Yeah. Finally, a game show that recognizes things you've accomplished in life with points, as opposed to simply things you did on the game show. I found that to be kind of a
That's
refreshing.
refreshing.
Like,
I
yeah,
didn't sign up for that.
finally I get credit for things. I mean, as a listener, I got nothing. But yeah, it was enjoyable. So I'll probably listen to it again when it's edited. So
It'll be a
Alright.
lot shorter.
Enjoyed playing. I've enjoyed my streak on recent, just sort of the one-off game shows like the Geography Bee, and
Certainly not jinxing it, Dan.
I just enjoyed being on them. Is what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
it's been a
oh,
fun
okay.
variety of different types of. It's unusual for us that we have all these different types of game
Mm.
shows.
We should
He
play.
Well-
loves it.
We should
Alright.
play.
We should
Micah
play.
says we should play.
We should really
It's
play.
8:17. We should
Let's do
play.
it.
Definitely.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, he, him, Dungeon Master for the Dog and Pony Show. That's right, we are back in Ravenloft. Things are chock full of secret passageways. Things are spooky and weird. There's lots of arguing about whether we should go up or down, or which of the many doors we should go through. It's exactly what you want and need from Dungeons & Dragons, or at the very least, what you're listening to at this moment. Allow me to introduce our players. They will introduce their characters. I will attempt to remember what's happening in this adventure, and then we'll play Dungeons and Dragons. First up, it's Erica Anside. Hi, Erica.
Hello, I play Brildish, the Dwarven Paladin. Her pronouns, like mine, are she, her. And Brildish's celestial pony, Pony Cindelarent, uses he, him pronouns.
Next up, it's Aline Sims. Aline, how's it going?
I'm just looking forward to arguing with you all about everything. I play Emrys Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, and we both use she, her pronouns.
My favorite Jane, it's Jane Ritt. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Tony. I play Lena Dulina, the human rogue, and we both use she, her pronouns.
Next up, Micah Sargent. Welcome back, Micah.
Oh, hey, I play Elivor Landman, the half-elf druid, as well as Samus, the saber-toothed tiger. And I would like to note that Danu, the fey octopus that Elivor can summon as a familiar, can breathe out of the water for 30 minutes. So could be walking on land if she wanted to. Samus and Danu, use she, her pronouns. Elivor and I both go by he, him.
And last but certainly not least, Dan Morin. Hi, Dan.
Hello, I am playing Castor Onatar's Crucible, a Warforged cleric of the god Onatar. Crucible's pronouns are they, them. My pronouns are he, him. We're all just here for the ride.
Mm-hmm. So our adventures are deep in Ravenloft. I think specifically you're basically kind of in some secret back hallways at this point, when you found some hidden staircases, you're on the opposite side of the secret passages that access this back entryway, and you have found a strange room. Remind me if I get this incorrectly, but I think possibly Lena Delita has kind of scouted this room silently. There seems to be basically maybe some kind of dormitory or sleeping quarters, several beds, and there is several. There is a woman moving around. It seems to be kind of dusting and tidying that room. And I believe someone used magic to sense her nature already. Perhaps detect good and evil.
And what did you figure out? I forgot.
Yeah, it was
Divine sense.
Yes, I used my divine sense, and was like, "Yep, she's a vampire, vampire spawn thrall, whatever that is."
Yeah.
The terminology. Brildish doesn't know the terminology. She just knows it's something that she's going to kill.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think you were having some discussions of different ways you might charm, murder, befriend, incapacitate.
Also, Brildish says, Pony wanted to remind us that weird spooky shadow creature that ran down the stairs. Tony, did that creature run down these stairs or a different set of stairs? I
think
thought you
a
had said it
different
was
set of
these
stairs.
ones. Okay.
I believe there was like a central set of stairs.
Okay.
Not this one. There are.
Right.
I mean,
So
I will
guess we
tell
don't
you
need to worry about
again.
that.
The architecture of is maddening of Ravenloft in terms of so many
By
ways to
design.
get up and down. Yeah, and it's like, why? Who needs this?
Strahd
A
needs
vampire
this.
named Strahd.
I mean, does he? I mean, I think he can fly.
He's very strong.
So
I think emotionally he needs
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I mean, I think that. Oh,
he
okay.
is an emotional cul-de-sac.
Mm.
Is it like the Winchester house where you just kind of like built
Weird
stuff?
stairways.
There's some
go
of that. I mean,
nowhere.
I think there
Building.
is certainly an aspect of. There's like the main stairs versus the servant stairs, but then also the secret stairs, and then also the spooky tower stairs. And it's just like, we get it. You had money to burn. Okay.
If
I
he
feel
builds
like
enough, he'll
stairs-
fill the hole in his soul.
He's one man
That is our
staring
hope.
Yeah,
contest.
honestly, like liking stairs is his least problematic trait. So maybe we let
True.
this one go.
You can have this one,
and
Strahd.
Focus on some of the other.
I don't know if
murdery-type traits.
I don't know if your characters are aware of the history of Ravenloft and whether Ravenloft was constructed pre or post vampirish. So yeah.
The problem
All right.
with being
It has
obsessed with stairs
windows.
is that it really has its ups and downs.
I'm
Oh,
assuming
no.
it predates vampirism on account of it has a ton of windows.
Yeah, it's got a
but,
lot of windows.
You know, he's also a weird guy.
That's just
so,
logic. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
A lot of natural light.
I believe the situation where we found ourselves was we know it's a vampire.
Mhm.
Some of us want to kill the vampire. Some of us want to question and then kill the vampire.
Some of us
Mhm.
want to flip
There
off.
doesn't
The-
appear to
the
be anyone who doesn't want to kill the vampire.
The prisoner's dilemma. I'm familiar with it.
Indeed.
Yes. So
Um,
here's the thing. Oh no, I'm sorry, Jane, you weren't finished. Please continue.
Oh, the only thing that I was going to say is we also don't want to risk the vampire alerting other potential people on the floor. So that is playing into our arithmetic somewhat.
Yes, and you may remember that I had talked about doing a little charmy charm to sort of facilitate this. The benefit of striking off on your own campaign as a DM is that you have to read rules.
I was gonna say, is there any
Is that a
benefit?
benefit?
That is the
I have
one
not
benefit.
found these benefits yet. So
The single benefit, and that single benefit provided me with some knowledge that
you've read your own character sheet. That is the benefit of being a dungeon master, Micah.
that charm person requires a humanoid, and if it's cast on a non-humanoid like a vampire, it will not work. So I don't know if Tony knew that and he was going to let me cast charm person and then watch it not work, or if a vampire thrall is still a humanoid.
A vampire
or
spawn is definitely a humanoid.
vampire spawn is still a humanoid.
They're
Yeah.
not undead.
Is undead not count as humanoid? I've been using a
Yeah, I was gonna
very
say, yeah.
I've been
So
using a
weird.
very all-encompassing definition of.
I
Yeah,
read this
I
on
don't
D&D
think-
Beyond specifically, like in the rule book, it was talking about charm person specifically, and it was like sometimes a player might use a spell, and that's how they learn more about a creature, like that a vampire is not a humanoid. And so I was like,
This is not a
really?
vampire.
It's
Right,
just
it's
a
vampire
has
thrall.
the undead
It's
creature
true.
type, not the humanoid type, so isn't affected by the
Yep.
hold person spell.
Yep. So I think
Lady
there's
Hold
the idea of
monsters.
humanoid as an adjective that is very good at describing a lot of the entities in Dungeons and Dragons, and then there's like the creature
keyword.
type,
Our
which is basically
understand-
like
yeah.
damage type in Pokemon. Like it's really, there's like ghost and psychic, and you're like, what is the difference here? But we gotta acknowledge that one is not the other.
So basically, I should not cast charm person because it will fail. So Elevor.
And you already know that it's a vampire, so theoretically casting it when failing would let you know that
So I
this
we know
person's
new
not a
information.
human, but you don't need to do that.
I believe one suggestion I made was Crucible could cast Silence, which would allow us to potentially sneak up on them and keep them from alerting anybody. It will prevent us from casting other spells in that radius. Another option being I do have Turn Undead, which wouldn't prevent them from alerting people, but would make them basically run away and not try to attack us.
I like the idea of doing the silence spell. That way, even if we wanted to just get into like a good old fashioned scrap, we could. I think the main thing is that a lot of the time, so Lena can put out a lot of DPS, but I don't know if I can do non-lethal sneak attack damage.
Well, you
So-
could. I mean, if we silence the room and Lena sneaks up and just like blade across the neck and is
See, I think that would be an intimidation check, though. And Lena, weirdly, is not as good at being intimidated.
I'm intimidated by her.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Have we rolled initiative yet? Like, should we?
You're not in battle yet, so I mean, there may not be a fight.
And in
Whatever will
fact,
move you along best.
we
Or
can
we
call
could just
s-
wander in and be like, yo, sup?
We can cast
No,
silence
because if she
without
screams
probably.
them, everyone else could know.
Yeah, we could probably even
Every
cast
who
silence.
else, though? We don't even know if there are other rooms
Yeah.
around here
It
yet.
could be
Sure.
a PA system. We could cast. I can cast silence without her even knowing that it's been cast, right? And we just
She does. She is
Yeah.
Elevor in case it's sorry, not Elevor. Crucible in case it's important. She is actively humming to herself. I don't know if silence would.
Okay, that would
betray
probably. She'd
which,
probably.
which
tweak
is just
it
something
pretty
I
quick.
decided that she was doing, but I guess is maybe a thing that all people should be doing, just so you know if silence has been cast on
The
you.
other
And
thing that we
she's
could
walking
do,
around the chambers, dusting, going.
Just kill
we
her.
could also just kill her.
Let's
Like
just
we
kill
don't know
her.
for sure that she has good information. She's like dusting.
Okay,
Like I don't know.
Here's what I'm going to suggest. Let's go in. Let's interrogate. If it looks like a problem, I will cast silence. Probably before she can make a sufficient alarm.
That's a good idea. Just basically have silence ready.
Yeah, I'm basically going to have it
Alright.
ready to cast.
Oh.
It's it's an action to cast, right? So it's not
Lena
like
dissents but acknowledges that that's fine.
it's an
Yeah,
action to
that's-
cast. It will be basically instantaneous. So, all right,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
Let's do the thing.
All right,
And
everyone
Elevor
agrees they
and
should go in.
I
No
think we
one
should
has
send
stepped in the room yet.
Elevor and Crucible should both go in because Elevor is like literally charming and
All right.
figuratively charming.
You have to leave
and-
your entourage of horses and pony and dogs and assassins and
One
horse fries
dog.
in the
So
hall.
Crucible first.
I'm not going to be quiet because I'm not very stealthy. So I'm just going to
No.
walk in
Clank,
and sort
clank,
of.
And
clank.
we should-
Friendly
it.
Elvor
greetings.
starts making
It's all
small
happening.
talk about
It's
beds.
all happening.
This is just like you all planned.
Elevor goes, oh, these
the
beds are so
woman-
impeccably well made.
Lena twitches in Rogue.
The woman swirls around and stares at you with wide eyes and looks shocked to see a robot man and a dwarven warrior and others in the sleeping
just around
quarters
the
that she's cleaning. Yeah. Who are you?
Ah, hello. We are just guests of Mr. Strahd.
We're bed inspectors.
Roll bluff.
We are.
That's not
guests.
even a lie.
It's
We
just
are
the wrong
guests.
campaign.
I did not say bed inspectors, Tony. To be clear, all I said was we are guests of Mr. Strahd.
I think he kicked you out several hours ago.
No.
All right.
Did
Does
that
she know
revoke
Roll
that?
guest status?
All right, I'm
Roll-
rolling deception because
roll
there's
it.
no bluff.
You can roll it with advantage because I think
Yay!
Elevor
Elevor
is
believes it.
because Elevor is
I did believe
confused.
Okay. There's one. Why is my thingy not appearing? The thing that has all of the rolls in it. Oh, see, now they're all gone again. Where's
Are
the-
you in D&D Beyond? It's in the top
Yeah.
right where it says campaign. There's a little bubble.
Oh,
next to it.
there it is. Game log.
I can see what you rolled. I've got bad news for you. Those were both
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Oh, those were pretty bad rolls there with an 11.
I did not know there were any other additional guests. I would have been assigned to prepare quarters. What
yes.
are you doing back here?
We were actually. Can I ask you something, please?
I am thinking yes.
I was wondering if maybe you had some extra towels.
I can get that. Would you like me to fetch you some towels? Please wait here.
Oh no,
I will go.
Before you do, it is clear that you are responsible for the impeccably well-dressed rooms. Yes, I said well-dressed because the beds are dressed well. And
Is this true? Yes.
I just want to take a moment to sort of appreciate what you've done, your work, and I've always been told that anytime you stay at a place, you should always show your appreciation to the folks who are doing the real work there.
I
And
am feeling appreciated. I am the scene. Thank you.
may I ask your name?
Oh, I am Helga.
Helga, and Elevor pulls open his pouch on his cloak and looks at. Oh no, that's the scat pouch. Here we go. Jingles out a few of the Strahd coins. Let's say 5 of the Strahd coins. and
Okay.
hands them over to Helga.
I just like Lena was like, let's kill her, and Elivor's like, let's tip her.
Very generously,
Lena was like,
apparently.
"You're not gonna let me kill her, are you? You're gonna like her. You're gonna give her a name."
You did call it. You did call it.
You absolutely did.
Or
Yeah, I
Lena
assume
called
that
it.
Lena's just having like a small meltdown outside the door.
Brodish is just sort of like patting Lena on the shoulder very gently.
And Lena's
Helga-
like, "We're still gonna kill her."
Helga kind of snatches the coins out of your palm, Elevor. You can't help but notice that her hands are kind of, when does a finger become a talon? But they are
right there, right there.
like they're on that continuum from finger to talon. They're yeah, and even though she just barely touches the palm of your hand, like it gives you just like a little cold shiver, as if this
Crucible's going to
person is-
interpose for a moment and say, as we are guests in this castle, we were hoping perhaps you, as someone who knows the castle well, might be able to direct us to a few specific locations.
Oh, right, the game. I forgot about
that. Helga would be happy
This
to
is
be of
not just
service.
make
What
friends
are you
with
looking
NPCs,
for?
Micah.
I hope she knows the password too.
Yeah, does anyone remember? What are we looking for?
Hi,
forgot
we're
what-
guests of Mr. Strahd. Can you tell us the password to his
Ask about the
secret
dragon
vault
head.
that we're not supposed
That's
to
the
know
last
about?
question.
Eh.
Yes, the dragon head. What else is there?
The downstairs place where we can get
We
the
need the
treasure.
thing of wine, don't we? Or where the cask of wine is?
Where there used to be wine,
Where
but
they
not a
used
drop
to-
remains.
Okay.
let
so
me
we
look
might
up.
want to
we
know if
where
there's a back
we
door
know where
to
the chapel
chapel?
is, right? Because we're pretty sure that's on the 1st
We're pretty
floor.
sure we know where that is.
So we need to know where the old where wine might have been kept, and then where. I should remember these, but I don't have my notes up.
I'm looking back.
We've only been looking for them for like 2 years.
That's the problem.
And what 2 years they have been.
I hope my next friends are much better than you guys.
For people listening to this in the future, it's 2022 and time has passed in some fashion.
Has it?
Has it?
Hope things are better where you are when you are.
Mhm.
You were, I believe, looking for a dragon skull. You were interested in where wine might be stored. I am not sure what
There
other
was the
things
thing
you care
about where
about in
he
life.
sleeps, right?
Yeah, you were given a riddle
so
about that.
Yeah, I remember.
Where is roll 20? There it is.
Ah, thank you. Okay,
Uh-huh.
perfect. Okay, so
Start with
We
the
saw the
dragon head.
village.
That's like
saw
that's an easy thing to
Yes,
ask
we-
about.
we had heard that there was somewhere along the grounds a dragon head or skull.
And I bet you keep it impeccably well dusted.
I'm sure it's very clean.
Oh, yes. You have not yet seen the Hall of Bones.
Oh,
It's
no,
in the basement.
We are most interested. Thank you. That will
The Hall of
the Hall
Bones,
of
yeah.
Yes.
The Hall of
Yes.
Bones, yes.
Mm.
In the
Hollow
basement.
Bones, yeah.
It is near the larders and the kitchens.
And
Very impressive.
she's got
So many bones.
And is there a place where perhaps wine might once have been kept?
Oh, probably near there. There is a the wine cellar.
Okay.
Just down the hall from the Hall of Bones, in fact.
What's it called? The Hall of Grapes?
No, it is just a wine cellar. It does not have a name.
Oh, that's too bad.
All right.
If you had to give it a name, what would you call it?
I am thinking
Still killing her.
Hall of Barrels. It is still full of barrels.
I love it. Hall of Barrels. Got that down.
And then there was a reference to
It is so fun to be part of your process.
there was a reference to a
Reference to in the
in the guidebook.
For sure.
We picked it up at the hotel,
Did
you
you
know, like
not
at the
Are you
front.
guys- Are you all here on a timeshare?
We've got a writer friend and a little quirky, but likes to write about a lot of different things and shared some sights to see while we're here at the castle. So
I am not sure how Lord Strahd would feel about a brochure, but continue, yes.
we will be sure not to mention it to
A
him.
reference to a brother of light?
Oh, we are not supposed to talk about Sergei.
Oh, okay. I've got an idea. What if we give that person another name? So it can be like a nickname between us. Let's think of one together. On the count of 3, you tell me the nickname and I will tell you the nickname. And if we're thinking the same thing, then awesome. And if we're not, we'll go with yours. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Spaghetti.
Not Sergei.
Oh, I like yours. Yeah. So, not Sergei. If we were to try to find sort of not Sergei, where would we look or not look?
Well, his tomb is in the crypt. The master visits often.
Oh,
Is
so
the
Strahd's sort
crypt
of there a lot.
In
okay.
the basement.
It is below the basement.
Oh, below the basement. All right.
I
Going down.
am
everyone.
thinking if you are guests, it is best you not visit there unaccompanied by the master. It is not safe.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
What kind of threat might it pose?
Oh, people get lost there all the time.
Oh, is it sort of one of those maze-like crypts? I don't know why I'm still whispering. You're not whispering anymore. I should probably stop.
is okay. Also, there are lots of bats. It is not as well kept as the upper levels. She looks around proudly.
Aw.
It is very spotless. You know, this is one of the nicer rooms in the horrible, evil haunted castle you've seen yet.
Elevor puts his hand on her shoulder and says, I'm sure if Strahd ever assigned you to the crypt, it would be spotless. You've done such a great job here.
He has threatened to do this many times.
Oh, you wouldn't want that. Understood. Well,
No.
Are you?
Much
Are
guano.
you Helga, if I may ask, I apologize if this is presumptuous. Are you happy in your work here? Sorry, Lena.
I'm so sorry. I'm seeing Jane.
Yes.
Not for
Okay.
long.
Would you say that you have any unfinished business?
Do you need us to
No.
clean out any rats
You
in
had
this
to leave
basement?
a message for someone. What would it
Oh,
say?
that's
Just
where you're going
hypothetically.
with this.
Have I ever mentioned my strange medical condition where my heart is on the other side of my body? No. I would like to visit my father back in Vallaki someday.
Helga,
Tony,
can I ask
did
you
we
and,
ever find out if there's any way to cure? There's no way to cure vampirism, right?
It's not how it works.
It's not reversible.
What
I
if it's
mean,
a thrall, though?
Lena has.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like, don't you worry.
Forceful cure.
What if it's a thrall?
I just feel bad.
This
about
is,
it.
to be clear, this is a vampire spawn. This is you are
Oh,
talking
spawn.
to an undead creature. There is no blood in her anymore, aside from that which she briefly consumes. Her organs
So,
are not pumping.
Quick question, Tony. Why
There
is she so?
she
Why
is
is she so
great.
nice?
Yeah.
I don't. I
That's on you.
know,
That's not on us. That's on you.
She was
I don't
pretty
know.
excited about the Hall of Bones. So many
Yeah.
bones. Like, yeah, that's nice,
mean,
but
it
that's
might
pretty
be
nice.
impressive.
Roldish
number.
isn't jazzed
Yeah,
about the Hall
come
of
on.
Bones, though.
Come on.
What do you? Yeah,
I just-
archaeologists, anthropologists.
I
you
don't care
know,
that much about the bones. It's the stone walls behind them that I'm more excited about.
This is technically what she
Oh,
looks
well,
like, though.
now
I imagine
you
she's
leave
kind of-
with that. Come
I mean, I
on.
imagine she has a different outfit. But you
Tony,
know,
I want to. I'm
It
just
has
putting
a little
this.
apron.
I'm
a
gonna,
little
I'm gonna-
hat.
for our viewers,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
let's
put this
show
next
the
to the
chat.
token that that Tony put on the board here, and say if you met these two people in a darkened room,
oh, do we just judge people by appearance now, Dan? Is that
I
what we
know,
do?
like, come on.
If
When
they
they
have
have
glowing
glowing
red
eyes.
eyes.
slavering jaws, yes,
She
that's,
can act
Gray
like
skin.
Mrs. Potts. She's still a vampire.
I just decided that she would. I mean, maybe
I kind of dig it,
Wait,
Tony.
Crucible.
No one's-
Is this what you needed here? Maybe all of this is an act just to get at your next. I don't know. What do you?
Maybe what if she only gets blood from like butcher shops?
Yeah, she
Like-
could be one of those.
Fine, ask her what her last meal was.
She lives in Ravenloft. The nearest butcher shop is several days' travel. Just to be 100%
Just
clear.
a quick question. Do we think that she's distracted enough that I might get advantage on her?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, it is also, I'm just going to say, I assume that you were more or less blocking the doors. She did look for the opportunity to go and fetch you towels, and then you
100%.
sidetrack that.
Yeah.
And I suspect that while all of this has been happening, Lena has just been slowly circle strafing her.
Yeah.
And is
Yeah.
now, in her blind spot. Lena?
Helga, one last question.
Lena?
if you had to go, how would you?
I just
choose
want to
that?
know if there's anything in the
Just
beds.
one last
That's
question.
all. Is there anything under the beds? Because I really
The
don't want
beds
to
are
undo the work
immaculate.
that you've done. Yeah.
The beds are immaculate, I am thinking.
They're not though, right? They're like super dusty, aren't they?
No, they're dusted.
Dusted. Okay.
She is
Just
dusting.
the picture has cobwebs everywhere, so I was
Well, we
Well-
know the pictures are not to be trusted. We've learned this.
clearly,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, you're right.
Helga.
You're right. Fair.
All right.
I mean, I will say the lace that's hanging around the canopy beds is quite old, and it's kind of like, but yeah, no, it is. The room it's full of 8 canopied beds. There's nice little oil lamps. The walls are oak paneled. Yeah, the map looks a little bit more stone than I think this would get. And Helga is there. Lena, Helga also has a necklace that looks valuable, and at least 5 coins.
So while they discuss this, Lena has rolled to attack, but it was only a 2, so it's only a 13. I think she's a little bit off her game.
All right. Helga kind of seems to, perhaps with supernatural senses, sidesteps your attempt to impale her from behind.
I was just testing your reflexes, says Lena.
Helga flings herself to the ceiling where she is clinging, rotates her head and stares down at you all with her now glowing red eyes and hisses. So this is happening.
So we're rolling initiative? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I guess if you are in the room, you should roll initiative. I will point out Helga is a single vampire spawn. This isn't going to take too long.
I was waiting in the doorway, expecting this to happen, because I was right there with Lena.
Yeah.
And I was right behind.
I mean, I think basically all of you are going to get to be involved in this. Your companions, maybe not. Lena, did I misplace your token on the map? I don't. Am I just bad at things?
Probably underneath someone is my guess, based on.
Yep. There.
Oh, yep. There I am. So
There you are.
Here.
I don't know how
we're
Imra feels about this. I don't know how Imra feels about this, but Aline has very conflicted feelings.
All right. Well, let's see. The important thing here is that Helga has rolled an 11 on initiative. So the question is, who gets to go before Helga? Helga is currently clinging to the ceiling, but it's not a big room. I think she's in melee range for all of you. It looks like I see Imra with a 17, Elevor with a 17, Samus with a 14, Broldus with a 12. Crucible is perhaps a little bit caught by surprise by the sudden turn of conversation. Lena, what do you roll?
Oh, I didn't roll initiative. 17.
Wow. All right. Imra, I think you get to go. You get to choose to go first. I know you feel conflicted.
Okay. Okay. This is about the character, not the player. All right. So gray skin, glowing red eyes.
Eats babies.
Rotated
You have not
head.
seen her eat a.
That's not
We don't know.
Sushi,
There
that's
is
not evidence.
Immaculate.
Would absolutely eat a baby
house-
if there was one handy.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, it depends how it's prepared.
If offered a baby, yes, she would eat it.
Okay.
Eats
All right.
puppies.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
all
over
right,
now.
well, yeah, yep.
Wait. Okay.
That's it.
I know that just taught something about both of us. I'm sorry.
Micah Sargent, that's accurate to who you are. Don't let anyone change you.
Crit.
So-
All right.
Crit.
Imra is not conflicted.
Imra is not
Imra's
conflicted.
not
Aline is conflicted, but Imra knocks an arrow and fires it at the ceiling. How'd that go, Imra?
All right, so 2d8 plus 4, that gives me 48 plus 4, correct?
48.
48 plus 4.
Yeah.
Where are my d8s? 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll. Oh, that's really anticlimactic. 16, but I do get my second shot.
All right.
21 to hit.
It definitely hits.
And this is 8 points of damage that time.
All right, 2 arrows fly across the room, hitting the vampire. Helga hisses as gross black vampire blood drips out of her from the arrow holes. She looks, I would say, not happy about this situation.
Oh,
Elevor, I see you. Elevor, I see you as next. Lena, you'll be right after that.
You do see Elevor's next, but
So
Elevor...
Helga is in your immediate vicinity, but clinging to the ceiling.
Yeah, Elevor is readying an action because
All right.
he can't attack unless he sees the other creature attack first because he
All right.
had a great conversation, which is exactly what Lena predicted. And I didn't think it was going to happen, but that's exactly what happened.
And friends, this is an important lesson about life. This is why I try to have great conversations with every stranger I meet so that they won't murder me. That's not
And
true.
I
I'm an
won't murder
introvert.
them.
I would rather be murdered.
Upon
To save all of us some time and just kill me and roll me into a ditch. I don't want to talk to you.
Upon Helga attacking one of my companions, Elevor will create bonfire right up in her face.
Okay, that is an interesting choice to do in a small enclosed bedroom. But we're
full of canopy beds.
But she's up on the ceiling, and it's only
Yeah.
a 5-foot cube.
Can you create a bonfire in the ceiling? Anyway, we'll find out what happens when when that
Yes.
triggers.
60
Lena.
feet?
All right, Lena.
All right.
I just want to point out that this room has no windows, so when it's on fire, it's going to be really hard to ventilate.
It's not going to catch fire. She's
we
on the
don't want
ceiling.
to ventilate.
Oh,
We can put the flames out more easily if we
We'll
just
just
Mm.
shut the door.
There's nothing like the player assuring the DM that something won't catch on fire.
She's on the
is not
stone
flammable.
ceiling, Tony. Come on.
oh, is the ceiling stone now? Are you world building?
How would it not be?
It's wood paneled, friend. It's very nice.
Oh, crap.
Very nice.
Okay, so that is a 29 to hit.
All right, you wave your swords around in the air and
Like you
cut at
just
her.
don't
Yeah,
care.
so that is 9 radiant damage,
All right, how do they feel about radiant damage?
followed by 17
Um,
radiant damage.
I guess Spawn don't care that it's radiant or not, except that
Oh.
it deactivates the regeneration is the main thing. But they don't take
That
extra.
is important.
Imran, I should have asked. Was your bow and arrow magical?
No, I really need to get that if we ever get out of Barovia.
Can I offer you another magic axe?
What did you get? Did you get some sort of bulk deal or?
Look,
Throw
I
one
run
of
the
the
adventure.
axes.
It's in the book, people. Don't blame me.
Yeah, Dan, you gave me one of those axes.
It's
Oh,
lost in the
yeah.
mists of time. Who could possibly remember?
Oh, those mists.
I forgot that I took over for somebody else, and it's all their fault. Lena, can you tell me about what that total radiant damage was?
So that would be 26 radiant damage.
All right. I will tell you that if this vampire is looking a little bloody, Samus, is Samus following Elevor's lead?
No.
Nope.
Samus is going to try to attack a ceiling spawn.
Cats can leap.
Yeah, cats can. I think doesn't. I mean,
Yeah, and
I
there's,
believe
like, beds
Samus
in the
literally
middle.
has
Mhm.
Samus literally has like a leap attack, right? Or maybe I'm thinking of mauling.
Just
Okay.
bite and claw.
Samus can get to this vampire.
All
I
right.
imagine that Samus is knocking over a variety of beds and furniture to do this.
Ooh, 20 to hit.
So I am Helga is like crawling around, spider climbing on the ceiling as Samus is just like crashing through bed canopies, swiping at her. So I will say she only take half of that because Samus is not magical.
All right.
But she'll take some
5
claw damage. All right. Does Samus get more than one attack?
No, just one attack.
All right.
No multi-attack.
Okay. Broldish, it's vampire fighting time. Your favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
Uh,
Pony just trampled her. It was very unfortunate.
Mhm.
Oops, I'm riding in on pony so that I can reach. And yeah, just attacking with my regular old sacred axe. In Hela's name, die, foul friendly creature.
Foul. Fair enough.
That was a 19 on the die, so
Yeah,
I'm guessing
hits. Roll some damage.
hits. So the damage is 10 slashing damage.
Non-magical, unless you're using one of your
Non-magical.
magic axes.
And then 21 to hit for the second attack. It is silvered if it makes a difference. And 7 points of slashing damage. Non-magical. Hela be praised.
Helga is extremely nonplussed by this, but it is Helga's turn.
Well,
Helga
I just got
is
her
going-
face.
Drop from the ceiling, and she is going to lash out at Lena, the quiet adventurer who tried to murder her.
I'm
She'll
going to
do
use my
her
reaction to
job.
try to. Hang on.
Impose
Am I
disadvantage.
I might not be close enough. Do I have to be 5 feet away from Lena? Yeah, I do. So I'm not close enough. Never mind.
All right.
Sorry.
Lena, Helga starts with a claw attack on you. 15 to hit.
No.
All right. She slices the air. You dodge out of the way. And then she is going to try and kind of grab at you and just lunge for your throat with her evil face full of fangs. I have rolled a slightly better 17.
No.
All right. I believe I have now triggered
You,
Elevor's
you have indeed.
things.
So
Bonfire where she is.
the creature must make a dexterity saving throw of 16.
I've rolled a 13 as Helga attempts to scamper out of the way. Fire consumes the area around her.
All right, that's 9 fire damage.
All right. Helga is looking not happy about how the situation is going, is eyeing the doorway, but it seems like there are many adventures between her and the doorway. Crucible?
Crucible will step in front of the doorway
Yep.
and look at Helga sadly, shake his head and say, "I'm very sorry, child." Put out a hand and zap Sacred Flame. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, Helga, 21, jumps up and grabs onto one of the supports from the canopied bed.
You are not making this easier.
She is not. Imra, I believe we are back around to you.
All right, so she's still on the ceiling?
I think she is down from the ceiling at this point. She dropped down to attack Lena. And
She's
then,
on a bed.
Yeah, she's on a bed. In between ceiling and floor, as we all like to live.
Okay. I did not move my token last time, but I think we all
Sure.
assumed I was just in the room. Okay. So I'm gonna run over to her, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I think it's small enough.
Yeah, there's plenty of space. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So I'm gonna run
little
over.
theater of the mind here. We don't have to worry about the exact dimensions of this room.
Okay, run over to her. I'm gonna pull out the battle axe that I have commandeered from Bruldish, and I'm gonna take a swing. Make sure Androdite's in a corner where she can get out easily. All right. Yeah. That didn't work. That did not work. That was an 8 to hit.
Mm-mm.
So I probably
Do you get another attack?
tripped over the irregular floor. So I'm gonna just take another swing since I get 2 attacks per action.
That first
That
one
was-
was like a wind up. That was like you're stretching.
Yeah. And
know,
on
just-
the follow through, I did so well at following through. I stumbled again because I got another 8 to hit.
You were just carrying a bow. It feels like there's a weight thing from going from a bow to an axe. It's-
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how sports work, but it feels like that's a thing. Like if you were suddenly, Dan, we play Ultimate Frisbee. If we were suddenly went from playing Ultimate Frisbee to bowling, we would be bad at bowling.
Oh wait, you know what?
We're not good.
I didn't roll the right thing the second time.
Did you roll a d12?
You forgot to modify.
I rolled a d10 and not a d20.
It is much better to
Yeah,
use a D20.
yeah.
That is professional dungeon mastering.
Yeah.
advice from Noah.
So
Good advice.
so how about we say that I actually did better, and that was a 19 to hit.
All right, that you keep spitting as you follow through and follow through and follow through, and then eventually your blade collides with Helga. Roll some damage. It
That
will not
is-
be halved because it's a magic axe.
That's right, and that is a whole 6, not a half, 6 points of damage.
All right, I'd say one good hit will take Helga out, or several bad
Bad
hits.
Just follow my example; it'll be
All our
fine.
hits are bad hits.
Lena,
Let's see. Okay, that's a 15.
15 is the armor class of a
Okay.
unarmored vampire servant just working 9 to 5 in that's 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. in Ravenloft.
To 5 a.m. to 10 radiant damage.
All right.
Followed by 23 radiant damage.
Followed by 23. Your blades cut through Helga, and she seems to kind of incinerate as if from some fire within. Several coins marked with Strahd's visage, as well as a fancy golden necklace that Helga was wearing, clatter to the ground amongst the ashy bones that are all that is left of Helga, the
Can Lena
vampire maid.
catch the necklace?
Yes, you can.
So cool.
The necklace looks very fancy. I'm just going to tell you, street value 750 gold pieces.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
very fancy.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it
sorry.
is.
Is that like Barovian currency or like
No, real money.
Waterdavian
Spooky
currency?
money?
Okay,
That's Waterdavian currency.
Wow.
It's several centuries old, so it is a fancy work of art. Probably
vintage.
Did not seem like Helga was perhaps of that era. Vampire spawn, I think, tend to be relatively recently turned vampires, at least on the geological scale. But perhaps this was given to her by an older vampire, a deadlier
Or she
vampire,
stole it
a
as she was
Strahdlier
leaving.
vampire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Does it
I will
have
tell
any
you.
sort of insignia on it, or is it mostly just ornamental and pretty?
I would say ornamental and pretty.
Okay.
So I will tell you, you have secured this strange room full of beds. This is probably the safest place you have found in all of Ravenloft so far, should you need a place to take a long rest. Obviously, safe is an extremely relative term when we are talking about Ravenloft. But in terms of it being a place with beds, a single door, no other ways that creatures could gain access to it. It is off of a secret passage as opposed to off of a main passageway. These are things that occur to you.
Actually,
But-
enough beds for all of us, which
Yeah.
is probably
Even
the first time that's ever happened.
Even Pony gets a bed.
Aw. So I have no sense of how much time has passed. Like, are we tired? Like, does it feel like we've been here a day?
I don't think it does quite feel like
I
that,
have-
but also
Okay,
I have
yeah.
no sense because in game time, it has been 100 years.
Yeah, I have
Exactly.
very. I mean, I don't know. How are people doing? I'm not very low on hit
Yeah.
points, and I still have most of my spell slots.
I
so-
am.
Yeah.
I have not been hit.
Yeah.
We
still
And
haven't
have
Raven-
had a
hit
lot of
points.
pretty well.
combat either.
Ravenloft is going to be a series of small skirmishes leading to probably, you could imagine, a big fight with you know who.
Yeah.
But
No,
this-
who?
Yes. Yeah.
The Wunder Horse.
Yeah.
Do we? Does anybody have? Nobody has like arcane lock or something. We could like lock this door and come back to it later if we need to.
What I could do
Mhm.
is
Uh-oh.
Elevor could cast Enlarge on himself and sleep in front of the door. Or could cast Enlarge on the bed and make the bed gigantic. Like push it in front of the door, cast Enlarge, make it huge.
The bed's already pretty big.
I was thinking more if we needed to come back later, if there was a
Oh.
way to secure.
Yeah,
it
like-
so
I thought
that
you meant
we-
sleep now.
I was very interested in how that was going to solve my problem.
Crucible-
I don't know what that does.
Crucible is-
Harder to get through hallways.
Crucible is concerned that some other vampire servant will come through and fill all of the pillows with pillowcases with snakes.
Or that somebody will find Helga's ashes. It's not really body anymore.
We could sweep
Yeah, you
it
could
up.
you
That's
just
not
sweep
that
those
hard.
under,
Yeah.
that's under a
yeah,
bed.
let's like
Just-
kick her
just-
under the bed.
Normally
Yeah.
Helga would have done this, but look what happened.
Look at what you are reduced to now. Who is the real monsters?
All right. Well, we
So-
got a couple secret doors to look at.
Yeah, I would encourage you. It sounds like you might want to do some more exploring around this level of Ravenloft so far, of which you've only explored one area. I am prepared to move you along at whatever speed you would like to. I know there's usually a lot of discussion about do you go north or
I
do
think
you go
north
south?
would be good because we knew already on the floor above that north was closer to like an outside wall, and I like the idea of sort of starting at the outside and
All right.
kind of working
Yep.
our way in.
Yep.
So you know there is
Puzzles.
off of this hallway, there is a secret passageway that I think is basically obvious from this side, because you're basically kind of in a kind of, I guess you're in a secret passageway. It didn't seem as secret upstairs, but you're in a back stairways here.
We're
So
in backstage Disney.
yeah, you're backstage Disney. I almost know what that means. Brothers, can I assume that you want to open this secret door here?
If nobody's gonna stop me,
All right.
then
Somebody stop.
off I go.
All right, you poke your head north. There is the wall kind of opens into a dusty, cobwebbed hallway that runs east to west. It is choked with cobwebs and dust. Probably have exposed a little bit more than you could actually see. You can only see kind of a few feet at a time. It does not look like anyone has been this way in quite some time. To your east, you notice it looks like an access way to that same huge spiral staircase going up one of the main towers of Ravenloft that you've seen before. Unclear what heads off to the west, but again, it looks pretty abandoned and isolated.
I do have dark vision, so I would probably, I
Mhm.
assume, be able to see that
I think
far.
basically the cobwebs are so
Oh,
dense.
they're really. I see.
They obstruct sight beyond a few feet.
Oh my.
Yeah, very dense.
Do we
Probably-
want to set that on fire?
I know, that's what I was thinking. Is that like that would definitely be like, hey, here we are to anybody that's around the corner, or on that staircase. But or
might as
maybe
well.
or Lena, do you want to just cut your way through with your fancy glowing sword? Like I feel like that would take out spider webs just zoom 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 real easy. This is Brildish actually asking Lena.
I mean, do we hear anything?
Silent as a
I
grave.
mean, I would, if you want me to, I'll
a
go
good
through
grave.
I'll go through with this other axe and just like spin it around and like collect all of
Yeah.
the cobwebs as well as
All
I
right.
can. Not the sacred axe. Totally the magic axe is the only one that's
Spider
appropriate
cotton
for-
candy.
And
Spider
it's like,
cotton
wow,
candy.
this
Ooh.
magic axe works really well despite not being touched by Hala's grace. Yeah, I think let's try to like manually clear enough that we can kind of see the lay of the land, and then
Okay.
if it looks like it's just a long stone corridor, maybe we light it on fire.
I got Androdite is listening and got a 23.
As far as Androdite can tell, there's nothing living, moving, breathing, exhaling, giving off scents or sounds ahead. Seems
Okay.
pretty quiet.
So Androdite's not signaling that
Mm-mm.
she
All right.
hears anything, hears or
Well,
smells anything.
I'll step out and use the the magic great axe to just like basically just holding it out in front of me and like spinning it around so that like the axe goes, whoosh, and
Yes.
just like
Windshield
it's-
wipers. Yeah.
except that it goes around and around, so it is more like cotton
okay.
candy.
Got it.
Mhm.
Yeah, the cobwebs are easily knocked out of the way. They are just, these are Halloween store style cobwebs. There no giant spiders attack you for interfering with them.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna sort of like trudge down the hallway, spinning and spinning and spinning this
All right.
giant, this great axe in
I think
front of me.
Crucible will go behind her. So,
Yep.
Just in case.
At the end of the hallway, there's like a little bit of a T intersection, but after a while, the spider webs have kind of given way, and you can see this just seems to be a particularly desolate, abandoned part of Ravenloft. But you can see just a little bit of you hear the sounds of rain and the cold, drafty air of the outside elements blowing through some arrow slits. As you can see, a variety of archers' posts that look down on the courtyard below. And in fact, if you went all the way to the edge and looked down, you would recognize that this faces out the front of Castle Ravenloft, where you approach the castle some number of hours ago.
I'll look around the corner toward the south.
Yeah,
Is it,
so
like, is that just a wall there?
yeah, just a wall there.
Let's check for a secret door, though.
Yep.
Go for it.
I'll check for perception. How about that?
I'm gonna mount. I'm gonna get it. Brildish is
25
on Tony, yeah.
perception. Tony.
Nice.
You are studying Crucible. You do not see any
I know
any
stones,
secret
and if I
doors.
see anything,
Crucible,
Yes, it
given
does.
your background in architecture, it seems likely that at one point there might have been guards stationed here to protect Castle Ravenloft, but that is not something the current management seems concerned with at all. There might be some like incredibly ancient arrows in the corner in a quiver that are just caked with dust and cobwebs and filth. No one has stood guard here for decades, centuries. Does not seem like anyone has even tread down this filthy, cluttered path in quite some time.
And the secret passage was not the only. We didn't go the other direction, but it looked like there was potentially another way to access this that way. Mainly, I'm just curious about how people got in.
There is a you at the east end of the
Yes.
hallway. The spiral staircase.
Got it. Yep.
All right. Well, maybe we should just take a peek at the spiral staircase and just see if there's anything across the way.
Sure.
Gonna do that. So here we are. I'm sure I can
Alright.
look up and see the creepy giant crystal beating heart.
Yeah, there is still. It is far above you, but there is a giant crystal beating heart at the top of this huge, immense spiral staircase. Did I show you the art of the crystal heart before?
You did.
Yes,
You
it
did.
was haunting.
Yeah, just want to make sure. It's one of the main
Real
art pieces
creepy.
in Ravenloft. So you're down a level here, and you can see, this is your classic. There was no building code here. There's no railings for the spiral staircase that goes up and down. And this looks like basically, for those who were unaware of that secret passageway, this spiral staircase is what you would use to access this kind of guard post area that you're exploring here. From the spiral staircase, you could easily go up or down. You also know that there was at the other end of the secret hallway that you found a passageway leading south that would take you further around on the perhaps the main areas of this level of Ravenloft. But you now have a variety of ways if you wanted to go up or down in Ravenloft.
Well, we do know.
Go ahead, Dan.
I was just gonna say we do know now that most of the stuff we're looking for is probably in the basement.
That's true.
If I very carefully look down, how far down does the staircase go?
I think you are only one story up from the base of the tower. So I think it's maybe 20 feet down from where you are.
Okay, so this doesn't necessarily take us to like
Um,
sub levels. Yeah.
Sorry, I am flipping around to look at what does the base of that tower look like?
I'm leaving the edge, by the way. No, nothing pushes me in.
Yeah.
They lost their opportunity.
I'm gonna say it's very dark, so it is hard to tell.
Okay.
Um,
Does anyone have a glow stick?
I could probably
you
just
can
cast light on.
you
a
can cast
pebble.
light on one of your
Yeah.
haunted coins.
I'm pretty sure
Um,
I have. I'm pretty sure I have light as a cantrip.
I don't.
I do. You want me to cast
Um,
light on something and throw it down?
For
This
funsies.
does seem to be like a main thoroughfare for the castle.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer creeping around in the secret
It only lasts an
passageways.
hour.
Okay, so
I'm not-
secret door.
Yeah.
Secret door.
Secret door.
I will tell you, it looks like you can see this, and I think the art is attempting to indicate this, Aline, but I was just trying to confirm by studying my different maps levels. This spiral staircase goes down to the main level of Ravenloft, where you entered, but it looks like you can see another set of stairs that might descend from there.
Okay.
Deeper into Ravenloft.
I didn't
So
know if that was like
this
a
is
well or
yeah. I was trying to. I
weird.
think it's basically like an out of focus, far away set of stairs
Okay.
because it's 25 feet down.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
this if all you want to do is head down, that would be a way. Lena
Okay.
Delina scampers off to the other secret passageways. So many secret passageways. Again, you
So
are on
many.
the unsecret side of the secret passageway. I imagine that this one might be one of those ones where there's like a lamp that you pull and it the stone door rotates. So you are looking through at a very strange narrow passageway. This looks like it might have been some kind of like guard post. There's a set of double doors, two sets of double doors, I guess, if that's how double doors get counted, leading
What
east
is
and
below?
west below. And right behind, in front of you, Lena, there is basically an ancient set of armor that you kind of would have to slide by. It
This
looks, and there's another one. There's kind of a partner to it on the far side of the chamber. It appears to be a not just a suit of armor, but you smell the similar smell of decay. A human skeleton clad in armor, just kind of stationed there.
Weirdly, I feel better about that.
Yeah, me too. Like I've been in haunted houses in Barovia before, and the armor was not good. So like but it didn't have a skeleton in it when it attacked
Yeah,
me, so this is
empty-
all right.
Empty armor is scarier
Yep.
than
Agreed.
filled armor.
So I'm of two minds. One is that we kind of know that our quest log indicates we should be going down. On the other hand, I think that creeping around the disused parts of Ravenloft are kind of safer than creeping around the populated areas of Ravenloft. So it
Mhm.
seems like the risk reward is less when we're like in a place that he doesn't go.
Also, just for right now, I kind of like the idea of, this is really pragmatic, but like I like the idea of sticking close to the room and exploring basically until we get tired, and then
Yeah.
coming back and taking a nap or whatever, and then going further afield.
That makes sense.
It just it kind of feels like a good idea to kind of stick close to a bedroom.
The bed.
It's just good. It's just a good idea in
completely makes
general.
sense.
Yeah, like
that's how,
like
I
that's how I live
tend-
my life.
like to
Yeah.
not get too far away from my bed.
I am going to.
I think you just solved my anxiety.
Do you want me to? Do you want me
Just need
to
to be close
just
to my
to just back up on Pony, take a just a run and just like plow over the armor just in case?
I was thinking that maybe I'd perceive the armor really hard first.
I just
But yeah. Like Lena's eyes are like bulging out of her skull, but she only gets
That
like,
is
a
what it looks
15.
like to really look at something.
That
Yeah,
is very
but,
Lena,
but like
you're-
when she leans forward, her bang
Yeah.
falls over one eye.
Yeah. Oh no. Lena, it does seem like there is a human skeleton or humanoid skeleton in filling out this armor. The armor is rusty and decrepit looking. It looks like this is like a thing that has been posed or placed here more than
Yeah.
that this is like actually an animated undead servant of Strahd or anything like that.
we
You
should
have
try
a feeling
talking
that,
to
like,
it, though.
If you just, I don't know. I'm not going to put thoughts inside Lena's head. In this situation, would be curious to know what would happen if I just kind of shoved it.
Yeah, I think
It'd make a lot of
Lena's
noise.
just gonna be like, "Cool house, Strahd,"
Yeah.
and then sort of push it over.
Oh man, Strahd, his
Do you wanna
dorm
do
probably had like a
that?
Scarface poster.
She does
and,
want to do that, yes.
Yeah.
Does it
As-
reanimate?
No, it seems like it was kind of just delicately positioned in a way, like, and it's kind of top heavy. So you give it just the gentlest of nudges, and it collapses forward. And this skeleton was not in great condition, and the suit of armor, like, just there's basically now a loud clattering, which kind of echoes back and forth through the empty halls here. But you are now looking at basically a suit of armor disassembled with bits of bones sticking out of it. It looks like somebody had perhaps used a little bit of like wire to like kind of connect the bones together as like a prop, but it is not animated.
It
or
is a
moving or
haunted
in any
house,
way.
but it's like an actual like haunted house.
Right,
haunted
right.
house.
It's a gross house more than any.
I like
other
it. You
street.
guys killed the servant, and now you're just making messes left and right.
Yeah, Lena does look a little bit sheepish, but she's like, I just don't like suits of armor. You know
Mhm.
how it is.
Yeah,
Would you like to
totally
push
get
just
it.
nods. Mhm.
Would you like to push further into the area, Lena?
I think she would.
Okay.
I will.
So you
follow.
have it seems like this is just like a little weird hallway
Mhm.
that perhaps served as some kind of guard post when the castle was more in use by the living, or at least the more active vampire. So do you have a set of double doors to the east, set of double doors to the west?
Double
door.
door. Okay,
Yeah,
Someone had to
maybe
do it.
somebody had to.
West.
I just needed that.
yeah,
west or
west
e-
because
Okay.
we know the west is kind of close to the edge of the
Right.
castle.
This is like that maze technique where if you're going through a corn maze,
Always
if
turn
you-
left.
Turn.
Yeah, and
I wanted to
follow
tell
the
you,
other
Micah,
path.
that works in non-corn mazes too. It's just a general maze technique.
Do you find yourself in a lot of non-corn mazes, Tony?
Yeah,
Hedge mazes, labyrinths.
Wow.
Yeah,
What's
I've
the
lived a
difference
life.
between a labyrinth and a maze?
I want to go to the parties
Minotaur?
you're going to, Tony.
No, one of them you have to find your way to the center, and one of them you have to find your way out.
Ah.
Correct.
Yeah.
What's in the center? The exit?
The
Uh,
Minotaur.
Tootsie Roll.
Yeah,
Bad
the
news.
Minotaur. Lena, am I just revealing the next room, or are we doing some elaborate thing here?
She's leaving. She's
Wow.
like, she'll open the door if she doesn't hear anything.
All right. It is quiet. You look beyond. There is an immense, massive, looks like it was perhaps some kind of audience chamber beyond that exposed a large part of the map to you. You see twin sets of stairs heading down. This room is dusty and full of cobwebs. There's some dim light coming in from a big stained glass window that looks out on the courtyard. The room is, got huge vaulted kind of cathedral type ceilings, but is kind of cold and echoey. You might expect that perhaps if this was in use by living creatures, there would be a variety of furniture, perhaps places for people to sit and meet here. But this room is empty of all that. There are even the iron sconces around the walls are empty of torches. There's just cobwebs everywhere. In the kind of center of the room, toward the south side, there is basically a fancy chair on a slightly raised stone dais. It's got a high back. It's facing south away from you. There is towards a wall. There is a door, presumably leading some other kind of passageway further south of here. But clearly this was the fancy set of doors.
Man, is a Bond villain gonna turn around in that chair suddenly and just be like, "Welcome, adventurers"?
It'll
I've
just
been
be a skeleton
expecting
of a Bond
you."
villain, though.
So you want to explore Strahd's mansion?
So you could explore the double doors to the east, or head further into this room.
Yeah, we gotta check out the chair.
Could
this chair give us GPS like that one chair did?
I wonder.
Yeah, that's what all chairs do now, Micah. That's how I'm running.
Hey, if they're fancy chairs,
I'm creating a world. I'm creating a world where all chairs are full of dreams. So
truly a
What's
fantasy.
The ornamentation on the stained glass, is it purely decorative, or
there's I don't know if this is kind of recursive. There's kind of an image of Castle Ravenloft up on a hill. But it's
wait, can we see ourselves in the image looking out?
No,
good
you'd be
question. Very spooky.
Much too small.
So I'm gonna step into the room, and I'm just gonna, as is my way, have my bow drawn and an arrow kind of loosely knocked as as someone approaches the chair.
Yeah, someone, not Imra.
Someone, not me.
Do you want me to go?
The Crucible will happily
okay.
check out the chair.
Okay.
Interesting.
Crucible, you approach the chair with some trepidation, because if somebody was sitting in the chair, it might not be visible to you approaching it from behind. You climb up onto the steps of the stone dais and reach out to look behind the chair, and no one is there. It is empty. It seems strange that it's facing away from kind of the main audience hall behind you.
Is there anything on the wall behind it, like that it's facing?
No.
Brill just comes to check and
like
see
a TV. Is that where the TV is?
Does it seem like the chair?
Does it look like it would turn?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
The chair is not affixed to the dais; it's just a big, heavy wooden chair.
So somebody has dragged it into this position.
Brill just looks over at Crucible. Should we just turn it around? I feel like the feng shui is totally off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll. I don't know, perception, investigation. What are we saying?
Mm-hmm. Feel free.
Yes.
Yes, one of those. 19 perception.
It seems, everything you know about architecture seems at odds with the functionality of the room, and you wonder if this is some kind of symbolic message that the
Lord is out.
Yeah, the throne's chair is faces away from the place where people would come.
What's in this void back here?
Somebody want to sit in the chair?
What is this big square? What is this big area that's the other way?
That's a good question.
I will tell you. I'm just going to tell you because you asked Jane. You theoretically could roll dungeoneering, which is not a thing in 5th edition. There is a spiral staircase that goes from the floor above to the floor below without having an exit on this level of the map. So
I want to turn.
You've seen enough of what to know.
I look at Crucible and I go, I think I just want to turn this chair around because this is really bothering me.
Elevor says, "Please do
All
it."
right.
Okay.
Crucible and
Alright.
Builders can each take an arm and
Yeah.
Broldish and
around.
Crucible each take a side. It makes a horrible screeching noise.
No,
as
we're
you
lifting, we're
rotate.
lifting.
Oh, lift.
With your
Crucible,
knees,
are you
not with your
lifting with
back.
your back or with your
No,
knees?
no.
All
You
right.
can't pull a muscle. They
check.
can't pull a muscle. Doesn't matter.
You rotate the big heavy wooden chair back into place, perhaps the way it once was, looking out over the audience
I gotta
chamber.
ask, anybody
You
wanna
feel
sit
a
in
little
the
bit better
chair?
about it.
I mean, you know who does, but I don't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it if somebody else wants to.
Lena wasn't bothered by
Everyone
the
in
feng shui
the
because
chair!
everything in Barovia is like arranged in a really eerie way. So she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's a different way to do your chair."
All those Barovian angles.
Oh,
That's
not facing a wall. How unique.
Go for it, Elevor.
Yeah, just to point out, there is no window on that wall. It is just a sad, empty wall.
All right.
Or is there a secret door?
Elevor is going to sit in the chair.
Elevor places his tuchus upon the shabby cushions of this ancient chair, and nothing happens.
Oh.
I thought
Everything-
about having the cliffhanger to the episode there, but I did not.
He sort of like shakes back and forth to try and get more comfy to see if that does anything. Still nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
I got
You're
an
re-
18 on
You're
perception.
really sitting in it.
I'm checking this wall for secret doors.
Broldish, it is like you knew what was going on. There is a secret passageway here.
I point. Guys.
Oh,
We're
Elevor has to
still
look
on the chair,
behind,
guys.
sort of like over his shoulder, back behind the chair. Is like, I see.
That tracks.
That's
All right. Should we see what's behind this secret wall?
There's also a non-secret.
No,
Door.
we didn't do the secret door, right?
Blah, boring.
We have our priorities in line.
Yeah.
We didn't come here to look at obvious doors.
All right. You open the secret door here, and it opens to another cobweb-filled, ancient, desolate passageway here. You suspect that it leads to a similar set of guard posts with arrow loops looking out on the courtyard. But also at the other end, you notice a spiral staircase heading both up and down.
So is this just the outside wall then?
Yeah.
This is
across
interior,
the way?
so
Oh, okay.
it's not an exposed. Whereas on the level above, it was
It's not a
exposed
parapet.
battlements that you
it's
can look
a-
over here.
But it is
Gotcha.
the outside
Yeah.
wall of the castle, yes.
Yes,
That's what I meant,
So
yeah.
there are these little. You see on the map, there are little divots. Those are your little arrow
Okay,
loops that look out.
fine.
So
I'll
we
go
could
look at
There are
use
this.
probably not any rooms. You have basically at this point now gone from exterior wall to exterior wall, at least
Yeah.
north to south here.
So this is like a room that connects a lot of different places that we know about to places that we don't know about. So like we should take a moment to commit this to memory in case we need to run around Scooby-Doo style.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
yeah. Is there sort of like a?
All right, I'm
cartography
listening at
thing?
this door. And I got an
Right.
18.
You're listening at that door, and you got an 18.
Yeah, the boring
I'm gonna tell you with an
non-secret
18.
door.
I'm going to tell you at this boring non-secret door with an 18 on your perception, you hear it. Perhaps it sounded like kind of like somebody coughing.
You guys,
Sorry,
you guys,
this is
you
what
guys.
I want to enunciate there. Coughing, not coughing.
Coffin.
Mhm.
Yeah, coughing.
very
You guys,
important
you
to
guys.
clarify that with Lena.
Mhm.
I heard somebody going like this. I imitate it because I don't want to make any like confusion.
I, as Micah, am terrified of people coughing, but I don't know if the same applies for Elevor.
I feel like
It might just
vampires
be-
don't. I mean, as far as
That's-
I have
I
experienced,
don't.
undead cough.
I mean, I don't think they
got a little frog. in
do a
my
lot of-
throat.
Like gross witches,
And-
maybe?
Yeah.
Hags?
Wait, hang on. Vampires have to breathe, right? Because they have to intake air so that they have air to pass over their vocal cords to speak.
Yeah, that's only when they're
But they-
talking.
But
They don't have to.
Yeah.
They don't have to
They
respirate.
choose to breathe,
When they want to.
Hmm.
but they don't have to.
Interesting. Okay.
Let's
okay.
just kick the door down.
We are
But
getting.
if
We are.
they
get-
didn't
We are.
ask
We're in
for
the
it-
weeds.
We're
if
gonna
you
get
didn't
mail about this.
aspirate
now.
and circulate oxygen, I think all of the blood would turn like gross brown instead of
And it-
staying like nice and red. So they probably
mean-
do that.
Are we gonna start talking about how they digest blood? I mean,
It's probably pretty gross. Like
Yeah,
gonna be real.
there's
with
nothing about-
everybody.
I'm gonna be real with people. Vampires are gross.
Uh,
They're
if there's
they're
coughing,
corpses that won't stop.
if there's coughing, do we want to do a sneaky peek?
yeah, I'm
Peeky.
motioning Lena over.
Okay.
Just open this
Let's
door
roll.
sneakily.
That's a crit fail, but I still got a 14. So Tony, do with it what you will.
All right. Lena is kind of trying to adjust the door and tumbles into the room beyond.
But looks cool.
But looks, yeah, you managed to
And
make
then
it look
does-
like a
yeah, lands on
like
her
a
feet.
commando roll.
Yeah.
So this room is packed with dusty scrolls and tomes. That's TOMES, not TOMBS. Lining the walls of the room. More scrolls and books and papers are cluttered all around the floor. There are 4 heavy wooden chests with locks up against one wall. In the center of the clutter, in traditional Dungeons and Dragons room description, they save the lead until the end. There's a huge black desk. A figure is crouched atop a tall stool, and he is working away endlessly at scrolls of paper. You notice that the figure appears to be an elderly man, and Lena, you notice that he is there is a kind of a manacle from his foot chaining him to the desk, and he looks at you and just says, "Whoa."
I feel like this is Elivor's friend.
Yeah.
For some reason, like it's like Elivor's gonna have a new friend.
I've
They
got a
went to
picture of him.
college together.
I've got a
Yeah,
picture of him, so
Elivor
I will
says-
share that one.
Way? And then it says, no way.
This is I shared the
I
image of this
Briefly
character
glanced
with
at
you.
that and immediately thought his last name was Life Spice.
Yeah. The spice of life. Who is this strange man manacled to a desk within Ravenloft, the domain of Strahd? Is he a loyal servant or a future friend? Will he help our adventures or hinder them, or just be an inconvenience? Will they murder him just like the last person they met? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill, Dog and Pony Show, Curse of Strahd, Tuesday night. Other thing here. The end.
Tuesday night.
Oh. Well, you learned a lot. You covered a lot of ground this time.
Yeah, we zipped
It's a lot of
around.
empty ground,
Indeed.
but yeah.
Good work, team.
Woohoo!
Good work, everybody. And yeah, like we cliffhanger each episode with you meet an NPC so far.
I like it.
Why not? Yeah.
Why not? Dan, do you want to do the thing? Live stream / bootleg. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
It is a joy
Thank
to
you.
have you, whether you're listening live or later. And we will be back sometime soon, some way, somehow, some other thing.
Someday somebody gonna. Okay, bye.
Bye.